Key things to know when solving absolute value equations is that you want to get the absolute value isolated by itself. So this first example, it's already isolated. We only have an absolute value and then equal sign and then whatever the whole number is. If there's anything else outside the absolute value, you want to eliminate that first. So let's start with this example. The second key thing to know is that you'll always be creating two separate equations once you have the absolute value isolated. It'll always be whatever is in here equals the plus and minus version of the other side of the equal sign. Then we just complete solving by dividing by 6 on both sides. So we'll get x equals 7 and x equals -7. The reason we end up with two answers, one positive, one negative, is that absolute value is the distance from 0. It's always going to be positive. So we don't know if this x right here could have been negative or not, because 6 times -7 would equal -42, but the absolute value of -42 is positive 42. So we always have to account for that negative possibility. In this next example, we need to isolate the absolute value first. So to do that, we're going to do the opposite operation. We're going to divide by 3, since it's being multiplied times the absolute value. -3 over -3 equals 1. So we're left with the absolute value of y equals positive 4. Now, just like before, we're going to create two equations. And we're already at the y equals form, so we're pretty much done. This is it. Y equals 4 and y equals -4 after we split it. The final example, we need to isolate the absolute value first. So we're going to do that by doing the opposite operation here. And we'll end up with the absolute value of 2a equals 10. Now we can go ahead and split this into our two equations. We'll have 2a equals 10 and 2a equals -10. Divide by 2 on both sides. And we'll end up with a equals 5 and a equals -5.